What's up, guys? Lefty here with your daily sports betting picks for Friday, August 27th. We dropped a unit last night, and I probably could have got off that Rangers play, to be honest, strictly because a team like that at this point in the season should be on some sort of no-bet list. But I was also thinking about how betting based on value, or I guess really my perceived value, because at the end of the day, value is subjective. There could have been someone else, that thought Cleveland should have been minus 250 last night, and at minus 160, they showed a ton of value on Cleveland. But my point is, betting a game like that yesterday on the Rangers is why I'm not down 20 or 30 units on the year, like a lot of baseball bettors are. Look around. Most bettors aren't even keeping accurate public records. Or if they did, they stopped once they started showing a negative ROI. Now, I bet these games myself for real money. It's not just imaginary figures or numbers. And because I'm betting these games, I have to trust my process and what has worked for me in the past. So with that said, I can't promise we won't have bets like that again this year, because we definitely will. But one of the very few advantages we have as sports bettors is we get to pick and choose where we put our money. So don't ever bet a game you aren't confident in, because trust me, those losses are much harder to take when you start playing that would've, could've, should've mental game, But anyway, moving along, we got a big schedule tonight. I didn't really like many games my first time through the schedule, but as bets started to pour in and the market started to react to those bets, a few games jumped out to me, and there's a lot of big favorites tonight. But luckily for us, I don't have a bet on the Rangers tonight. So, but I do have 5 total units at risk tonight, and let's get right into it. First game up, we're looking at Jays, Tigers. This is a rematch of a series last week where they just played a 3-game series in Toronto. I think the Tigers took 2 out of 3 there, but I'm looking at the total in this one, and I think we see some runs. We know the Toronto offense is explosive. They've been atop the league in all meaningful metrics all season long against either arm. But for Detroit, they're going to face the lefty Mats. And the Tigers, surprisingly, are crushing left-handed pitching the second half of the season. We talked a little bit about it last week, but since June 1st, the Tigers versus left-handed pitching, they lead the league in batting average, slugging percentage, BATPIP. They're number 3 in OPS and WRC+. They just faced Blue Jays starter Mats on Sunday, and he did pitch good, only giving up 5 hits and 1 run through 6 innings. But he only had 1 strikeout, and it's typical of Mats. His whole career, he can never put together back-to-back solid starts. And now he's going to go on the road to see a Detroit team for the second time in a week. And I think they get to him this time, and they do their part to put up runs. If both offenses don't get to the starters in this one, I think there's a chance they can get some runs late as well. Both bullpens are shaky. I have the Tigers as the 26th ranked bullpen and the Blue Jays as the 14th. So I think we have enough for a play on the over here. So let's go 1.15 units, over 9.5 to win 1 unit. Next one up, we have Nats versus the Mets, Espino versus Rich Hill. And this one is just one of those mispriced games that I have to bet. I know the Nats sold off their 2 biggest bats at the deadline, but they're going to be facing a very hittable lefty, Rich Hill, here, who's been terrible this year and is probably, to be honest, a few starts away from retirement. He's got a 4.13 ERA, but his expected ERA is higher at 4.57, and the Nats absolutely crush left-handed pitching. If we bring back up that chart, hitting against lefties since June 1st, Washington is at the top of the league. They're number 1 in OPS, number 2 in WRC+, with a 121. That means they're 21% better than league average in run creation versus left-handers since June. The Mets have the second worst WRC+ numbers versus righties, and they're 22% below league average. Plus 175 for the Nats is just too much to pass up here. This line makes 0 sense. I like Paulo Espino. We don't have to win every game to be profitable at this number anyway, at plus 175. So let's go Nats here, 1 unit to win 1.75 units. We got a late game, the 10-10 start out west, Royals, Mariners. Got Bubick versus Gilbert. And again, this price is not justified. A lot of you guys know how I feel about the Seattle team. They're on borrowed time, and they have been for a while. If we look at their record of 69 and 59, they have a negative 58 run differential. According to their numbers, they shouldn't even have a winning record. They have one of the league's worst OPS numbers, which, as we know, is probably the most complete hitting metric. And they've been near the bottom or at the bottom basically all year. But somehow, with runners in scoring position, they have one of the best OPSs. That just can't continue. This team makes no sense to me. The Royals have won 7 out of their last 10, including last night's win over Seattle here. And at plus 158, I think we're getting the best of the number. So let's lock in Royals plus 155. Finally, to end this card, I'm getting a little loose here with this one. I have not one, but 2 parlays. Yep, 2 parlays. Both of them include the Tampa Bay Rays, who should absolutely crush Baltimore. The Rays have played Baltimore 10 times already, just in this past month. And let's look at what the Rays have done or put up against the Baltimore Orioles just during this past month. They've put up 7 runs, 8 runs, 10 runs, 9 runs, 9 runs, 12 runs, 10 runs. A just complete thrashing. So I like Tampa Bay here, but at that price, it's a little steep. So I do think they're worth a play at minus 230 on the money line straight up. But I'm just going to have a little fun with the parlays here. And so just to recap this big card, we got the total over 9.5 Jays and Tigers. Got the Royals plus 155. Got the Nats plus 175. And we got the 2 parlays with the 3 big favorites. Tampa Bay leading the charge there. One with Houston, 1 unit to win 1.10. The Rays and Jays, 1 unit to win 1.25. That's 5 units total in play. Hopefully we can pick some up tonight. And that's going to do it for now. It's getting late. Want to get this one out. Hope you guys crush it. Until next time, good luck with all your bets. And as always, may all the umps calls go your way.